Good evening. It's Rodney Allen Rippey, and you're listening to 90.3 FM Radio Suerte, and it is the Friday Evening Report. The UN is ramping up its fight against cybercrimes, but privacy groups are saying this could actually be a human rights violation. With computer technology advancing so fast, there's always the story of the good people needing the technology, and then there are the bad guys looking to create damaging waves with it. Nearly 200 nations have approved the United Nations Convention Against Cybercrime. So the General Council Assembly has approved a structure and a framework for nations to actually work against these type of internet and cyber crimes, including illegal access and interception of computer information, electronic eavesdropping, and of course, online child sex abuse. These are the type of things that you often wonder about, but a lot of people are concerned that maybe their privacy may be tapped in the process of this fight. On to national news. It's game over. ABC News has secured the presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. This is set to be on September 10th, and this is going to be a big one. President Donald Trump said he looks forward to the debate because he wants to set the record straight. And on the other side, Vice President Kamala Harris, she said now that Donald Trump has fully committed, she looks forward to the debate. We here at 90.3 FM, we encourage all of our listeners to be informed. You will want to watch this presidential debate because this is going to set the precedence of where we're headed in this upcoming election. Be informed and make sure you're watching. More global news. Russia blocks signal messaging on certain key apps, and they are tightening their controls over information. They're saying that they're doing it in order to keep extremists and terrorist organizations from doing things. They say this at the same time Russia is creeping more and more into the Ukraine. Russia has actually blocked access to X, Meta's Facebook, and Instagram. On to local news. We reported a couple of nights ago about a young man. He was 15 years old down in Huntington Beach, and he was by Pier 11. Sadly, they have found his body. They said that they had been looking for him, and today at 10 o'clock, he was recovered. They did say the Orange County coroner went and positively identified him. Friends, family, and classmates are all heartbroken. Again, we here at 90.3 FM, we send our condolences, but we also want all of our listeners to please be careful when you're out at the beach. Please keep an eye out for one another, and especially the younger ones who are out there in the water. On to local weather. It's 82 degrees here in Southern California. Here in the Orange County area, Saturday it's going to be 83. Sunday is going to just cool off a little bit around 81. What's hot in the OC tonight? It is Young Blue. He's going to be performing live at the Yost Theater, so that's kicking off at 8 o'clock. Hey, you got that feeling for more hip-hop? YG, he's going to be at Club Heat. That is the Heat Ultra Lounge. His show goes off at 9 p.m. And on Sunday, you got Grub and Grooves. That's going to be Sunday, and that's going to be at the Locales Cafe. So that's in the city of Orange. On the entertainment side, living here in Southern California, have you ever wondered how these cities get their name? How were they birthed? Well, there's a Irvine video production company, and they've actually dialed in a story that is incredible, and it is called The Story of Irvine. We have an exclusive interview with the man himself, Mr. Nathan Gopen. He's producer director over there at OC Web Media. How you doing today, Nathan?
I'm great, Rodney. How are you?
Fantastic. You know, we got wind of your great project about Irvine. And you know the neat thing about being here in Southern California, a lot of people always want to know, how did these cities get their names? How did they get developed? Who really was the mastermind behind this? And so you have an amazing story about Irvine.
Right, and to be honest, I've been living here about 30 years, and it's only in doing this project that I really got to learn and appreciate the history behind it as well. So I think I'm in the same boat as many people out there, where we land in this fantastic paradise location and never really stop to think about why it's so different and how it got to be this way. I agree. That is part of the purpose of this project.
And Mr. Gopen, I'm just doing a little research. This story about Mr. Irvine back in the day, he saw fit to go and purchase 100,000 acres and then take it from agriculture and develop it as real estate. What an ingenious thought.
Absolutely. Well, it was the family. You know, it was the original James Irvine, who was the immigrant from Ireland, came over and came west during the California Gold Rush, decided that his way of making money wasn't in mining, but in becoming a merchant and selling to the miners. He was up in San Francisco, but as he started making money that way, then he started investing in real estate and sheep farming and all that, and land in Southern California was starting to get real cheap back then. So that's what got him to purchase out here. But his view, that original James Irvine, was just agriculture. I don't think he ever had in his lifetime a desire to make it residential. It wasn't until next generation and thereafter that started turning that way, and after World War II and moving into the 50s really started making that transition.
Well, I mean, Irvine is such a beautiful place, and it became the home for so many Fortune 500 companies and a little bit of everything, and it's just, you know, centrally located to everything, and it's just a beautiful story. I don't want to, you know, spoil it. Where can people go to find out more information about the story of Irvine?
That's an excellent question. So the IrvineDocumentary.com is the website that we created not only for this particular movie, but we do intend to make an ongoing series of films and or web shorts or what have you, just anything surrounding the story of Irvine, because I do see this as an ongoing project. There's so much, not only telling the overarching story, but even interviews with locals about just very different sorts of things. In preparing for this movie, for example, we captured probably well over 10 hours of interviews with various people, including the superintendent of the Irvine Unified School District and the general manager of Irvine Ranch Water District. And each of these interviews alone could be a whole episode in and of itself. And we only used little pieces of all these interviews for this particular, I would just call this a pilot, maybe of an ongoing series. But IrvineDocumentary.com, people can get on there, watch the trailer for the movie, which has not been released yet. That's currently in submission for film festivals, and we're planning a release strategy. But there is also a newsletter sign-up. People can put in their name and email address and be notified when we have a screening date or for ongoing projects in the future.
Hey, man, that is awesome. And plans of having any type of fun stuff going on down at the Irvine Spectrum?
Well, that could be. We don't have it. We don't have that scheduled yet, but that could well be as well. So many locations that we haven't even covered yet.
Well, I appreciate it, Mr. Nathan Gopen. He was producer director of the
Story of Irvine.
The Story of Irvine. There you go. Mr. Nathan Gopen, we really appreciate your time and being on with us, and continued success. And we're going to be following up with you, and have a great weekend.
Thank you. You as well.
On the entertainment news, they have now arrested a third person that was involved with this plot to do a terrorist attack at Taylor Swift's concert. Thank goodness that they were able to head this off. And for all the fans out there who love Taylor Swift, hey, keep being a Swiftie. Also, big shout out to Flavor Flav, King Swiftie. And that's going to wrap it up for me. I'm Rodney Allen Rippey, and you've just heard another 90.3 FM Radio Suerte report.